Well, hello there. While we still can, there's talk of further restrictions coming. So while we still can, we said we'd get out as far as Newgrange for lunchtime. Hopefully the signal is okay. I'm here with my son Finn, who has momentarily disappeared on me. Oh, he's down there looking at the sheep. Anyway, here, listen, never mind my ugly mug shot. And it's remarkably quiet. It's lovely and calm and peaceful. There's nobody around because there's no tours to the monument. And so the road is quiet. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's very windy, but it's mild. It's 14 Celsius. And it's just a gorgeous day. Sorry, my camera works a bit shoddy. I hope the noise on the microphone isn't too off-putting, but there's not much I can do about it. There's Finn looking at all the calves on Newgrange farm. And life on the farm continues as much as possible. Very windy. You wouldn't be flying a drone on a day like that. You definitely wouldn't. But it's a lovely relief. It's a lovely relief to be able to get out. I'm working full time at home, and I'm very lucky to be working. But I'm sitting on a chair all day long, and of course the same chair I'm sitting on for the live broadcasts in the evening time. So just to say, tonight, episode 13 of Live Irish Myths will be broadcast at 8 p.m. Irish time. That's 4 p.m. New York time. 1 p.m. if you're in Los Angeles, or if you're in Portland in Oregon, or if you're in Seattle in Washington State. I think it's 2 p.m. Is it? 2 p.m. in Denver, Colorado. And then 6:30 tomorrow morning in Melbourne, I think, or Adelaide, if you're in Australia. So tonight's episode will be about what is it about? Oh yeah, Kildare, the first woman in Ireland according to mythology. She who's said to have been the granddaughter of Noah who built Noah's Ark. So I hope you can join us for that one. Just keep an eye out for my son. Anyway, take a look at this. I'm just at the gate here at Newgrange Farm. Have a look at this. So there's Mound A, surrounded by trees, and further down behind those trees is Mound B, which I prefer to call the Dagda's Mound, because of the tradition that was recalled as at least until the 19th century, that the Dagda went to that mound after he was evicted, or after he willingly left Newgrange, Shion Vrú Sheedan Broga, to his son Angus Og, and thereafter it became known as She Macan Og, the she of the young son, because according to the mythology, Angus was conceived and born in one single day. One human day, as it were, one day in our own lifespan, but a day which was stretched out to 9 months for Eltmar, who had been sent away from the brew by Dagda, so that Dagda could have union with Eltmar's wife Bowen. And it looks beautiful today, and it's getting a rest. And I suppose we have to look at some of the positives in all this, The monuments are getting a rest. A well-deserved rest from all the hustle and bustle and the coming and going. Look at that, isn't it gorgeous? Sean Potter says, very good. Hello, Sean. Maria Mahan, hello, Maria, who's a regular viewer of the live webcasts. Hi, friend, love this super place. So do I. You'd never know, would you? Rhonda says, thank you. You're welcome, Rhonda. Guido Bruce is watching. Hello, Guido. Mary Fitzsimon says, are the swans still there? They're not down at Newgrange Farm, Mary. They may still be up. There's a field up at the back of Nouts where they tend to winter. So we may just swing by that way on the way home to have a look. Shay Honus, husband and I visited in 2018 from Australia. Loved the tour. Brilliant. And the crows, who are all very busy going to and fro to build their nests at the moment. Mike Bannock is in British Columbia. Hello, Mike. Ian Fisher says, hi Anthony, stay safe. The very same to you, Ian. Hope you're keeping a good side out through all this. John Boyle, is the road down to the farm? Love the stories every night. Great to hear them. Spent 3 years in Maynooth studying these stories. Yes. The wonderful thing about this road is that it is only an access road. Well, apart from the fact that the buses come here to the monument during the day, the only other activity on this road are the few houses, you know, one of which is, the few houses on Newgrange Farm. So it's not a busy road at the busiest of times during the summer when the buses are coming and going, and then people are coming and pulling up alongside the road here to take photographs. It can be busy in the middle of the day, but generally speaking, you know, this is one of the few roads in this area where you can kind of stand in the middle of the road for ages and not worry about any traffic coming, you know. So John, I'm delighted that you're able to join, and yeah, 8 p.m. tonight for the latest episode, which is Kildare, and there's one of the staff at Newgrange. They're still looking after the monument, doing a great job, the OPW staff, minding it and keeping it in care for us so that it's protected and it's kept well. Mary Fitzsimons, is Kilmacanog in Wicklow related to Newgrange? I often wondered about that, Mary, but I looked it up and I didn't think so. And I'm not at the computer right now, and I must go back to it on the place names database on loganium.ie, because Kilmacanog sounds like it's either Wood of the Young Sun or Church of the Young Sun, you know. Yeah. So I must check that. Federica, hello, Federica. Hi from Italy. Lucky you, Anthony. I know, and the thing is, I'm just trying to maximise on the opportunities to get out and about, because just before I left the house, just on my lunch break from work, the news was saying that further restrictions are going to be announced today. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to amount to a full lockdown, but a full lockdown has been announced in the UK, in Britain and in Northern Ireland, and so it could be that we'll have to stay indoors for the next while, and so it just really made sense to get the opportunity to come out here. I mean, I'm not endangering anybody, as you can see. There's no difficulty with physical separation. It's quite isolated here at the moment. Karen Smith says beautiful sight. I can't disagree. Robin Bartolomo says nice day. Hello Robin, good to see you again. Leela Treasure, can you put that link on please? Leela, which link are you referring to? If you let me know which link it is, I'll paste it in as a comment on this video when I get home. So there you go. Sure, while I'm here I might as well take a few pictures. So I need to show you something. I'm going to go down to this gap in the hedge again. I'm going to have a look here now. I'm going to show you something, providing you can still hear me and that the wind isn't too bad. So I'm going to zoom in here a bit. If you can see that field where all the sheep are grazing, that is the field where Dronehenge is located. In fact, some of the sheep are grazing over the remains of Dronehenge there right now. That's the new henge that myself and Ken Williams discovered in 2018. The wind is so strong that it's actually taking my breath. So there you go. Sorry about that. Say hello. Hello. That's Finn. What age are you, Finn? 11. 11. Do you like this place?
Yeah.
There you go. fair noise through the trees. The old visitor centre. Well, it's basically a tourist office and toilets. This is how it used to be years ago when you came and you got dropped off by the bus. It wasn't exactly what you call luxurious in terms of visitor facilities. And on the old tree here, people have left their mark over time. You have names etched into the bark. Not the sort of thing I would encourage, of course. I'm going to stand up on the wall. So fingers crossed, all going well. We'll be able to visit soon. I mean, actually visit and go up and go inside and be back together in crowds. To be back to some semblance of normality. Let's go to see now if I can show you. It's very far away. Need to find it myself. Oh yeah, it's too misty. The hill of Tara there in the distance. On the very far horizon, the misty clump of trees beyond that single tree sitting up in the middle there. That's the hill of Tara. Oh, I can still do that. Margaret Ring says hi, Finn. Leela Treasure lol from Cavan, thinking it was in relation to site names. Gordon Stewart is watching. There's one of the locals. There's the first car we've seen since we've been here. Nice friendly wave out the window. Yeah, it's very windy. Anyway, we're in the shade here. Chris O'Hara says, good day to you. I will certainly be visiting next time I make it over. Good to hear, Chris, and we look forward to seeing you here. Federica says, I miss Ireland so much. Yeah, and we're very lucky to be here, aren't we? Kevin Walsh says, looks beautiful. We got 12 inches of snow last night. So ready for spring. Kevin Walsh, USA. I wonder whereabouts in the USA you are, Kevin. Wow. 12 inches of snow in one night. Bloody hell. Finn says lucky. I don't think we'd really want snow on top of everything we're going through, but you know, kids have a different viewpoint on these things, don't they? You know. Now this, more than anything, this right here is good for the mental health, you know. This few minutes of sunshine and brightness and being in this lovely landscape is definitely good for the mind and good for the soul, you know. Look at the wee fella back there, look at him sitting on the... He looks contemplative, you know. Bless, he's only 11. So, yeah. And here we are at the gateway. Look at that landscape. And it's got all the signs of a lush, vibrant landscape with hope, which will hopefully provide plenty of crops and plenty of food for cattle and humans. Keep everybody going, you know. It's kind of more important than everything. Adina Sparks says, good morning from the southwest United States. Thank you for brightening my day. Very glad to brighten your day, Adina. Jacqueline Kennedy is watching. Hello, Jacqueline. Good day. Hi, Finn, she says. Tricia Gladney. I was so glad to be able to go there a few years ago. So magical. Marie Hughes brings back great memories of purchasing my walking stick there. So I love the landscape on the southern side of the Boyne. You see those terraces. I don't know whether they are actually crop ridges or whether they are just natural features, you know. I always love the look of those. And one gets the distinct sense, because the Boyne is there, like, you know, between us and the far bank. One always gets the impression of this giant natural amphitheatre, you know, that if there were games and celebrations and festivities and gatherings and assemblies going on in the great henge sites, which are down, most of which are down along the river there, or were, that, you know, you might get crowds of people, you know, sitting up on those embankments on the far side of the river watching things, you know. I don't know, it's just an idea. And there, if I can show you, if I can just get my bearings right, you see there's kind of a parallel ditches or parallel marking up the side of the hill there. Well, that is the new water pipeline. So the water pumping station is down there. Actually, that's it, that building there. The water pumping station pumps water up to the top of the hill where it's kept in a reservoir, and then it feeds down into the town of Drogheda. Well, a few years ago in 2017, that pipeline burst because it was old, and they couldn't make an immediate repair because it was a different pipe size to modern pipes, so they had to put make a sort of a bracket, you know. So they've put in a new pipeline at a considerable cost. I think it cost 40 million, but anyway, it'll help us keep us watered, as they say, which is interesting too, that the entire population of Drogheda gets its water, its tap water, its washing water and its drinking water from the Boyne. And that's a tradition that goes right back into ancient times. One can imagine in the morning times people walking down from the monuments to the river to, well, I don't know, did they wash in the rivers? Who knows? To fish, and of course they definitely sailed in and out of here, because that was the routeway in and out of the Boyne Valley in prehistory, wasn't it? And down there then, sort of nicely tucked away, is the pedestrian footbridge that brings the visitors from the visitor centre across to the bus park. So you can see the visitor centre is practically invisible there. It's very difficult to see, so it's very well designed not to be intrusive upon the landscape, you know. And the valley there leads up into Dunor village, and that's where you go through to get to get to the visitor centre to get your bus. So there's not sure if you can see that buzzard. I think it's a buzzard. I'd say by the way he's wheeling around it's a buzzard. Maybe it might just be a crow. It's too far away for me to tell. But the buzzards are quite commonplace here. So anyway, don't forget, 8 p.m. Irish time, 4 p.m. New York, 1 p.m. San Francisco. Live Irish Myths episode 13 this evening, and that will be about Kezair, the first woman in Ireland. And I'm going to leave you now. There's a lady coming up the road riding a horse, so she's getting her exercise in, and it's we'll say bye from myself and Finn.
Goodbye.
And we'll see you later on at 8 p.m. Cheerio.